How that woman spent 70 years biting her tongue.
It gives us some stability.
For someone to be in that capacity for that long and keep a smile on her face, it's amazing.
And she's dedicated herself, which she said she was going to do.
Queen Elizabeth II has reigned as head of state and head of the Commonwealth for over 70 years. There aren't many people in Britain who've known another monarch. The same can be said for Canada, a country she also reigns as Queen and has visited more than any other. Nancy remembers the day the Queen's father, King George VI, died in February 1952.
My mother told me he had died, and my first class of the day was music class. And every day when we began music class, the teacher would play God Save the King. And we all said God Save the King because that's what we were used to. And he stopped and he said, now it's the Queen. So let's start from the beginning.
Shirley is exactly the same age as the Queen. At 96, she remembers a young Princess Elizabeth in the Second World War.
She was inspiring. She was. Here's this young 16, 17, 18-year-old doing what she did, fixing tanks, and we all followed her life along.
As onto the famous balcony came the bride and bridegroom.
Elizabeth married Philip in 1947. Shirley remembers the royal couple on their tours to Canada.
I practiced my curtsy for months and months because I didn't want to fall on my face in front of her. And then my daughter, when they came back, I said, well, what does she look like? What was she wearing? You know, oh, yeah, she was fine. But Philip, what a guy.
The Queen's coronation was viewed by an estimated 277 million people across the world. Never before had a Queen of Canada been crowned. But how did Canadians watch the ceremony?
At the time we didn't have television. A friend of ours was charged with bringing the film from the coronation over to Canada immediately, right after the coronation. The film was loaded into his plane and he brought it back.
Roger was born in Croydon in South London before emigrating to Canada. He shares his memories of Coronation Day.
Thousands and thousands of people lining the streets. Did I see the Queen in the carriage? No. Too small.
Jill grew up close to where the Queen stayed in Canada's capital, Ottawa. She stood on the streets to welcome royal visitors.
It was pomp and pageantry down in the neighborhood. My Union Jacks and my Canada flag wave when any of the royals would come.
I asked the group how important the monarchy and the Commonwealth is to Canadians.
Canada is a country of immigrants. And an awful lot of people came from non-Commonwealth countries. And so they just they don't understand the pomp and ceremony.
A lot of Canadians don't understand what working royals mean. They just see when they're dressed in their fancy attires and stuff.
I'm inclined to see the Queen and the royals sort of fade out.
We're very proud of her. We should be, you know, because she's sacrificed literally her life.
On Thursday, a platinum Jubilee beacon will be lit in Ottawa, one of 3,000 across the world, commemorating Her Majesty's 70 years of service. Cameron Walker, GB News.